Now let's go to the administrative district. We'll check up on Cecile's dad. And I always forget that this tells you what books there are. We're going to have a special guest coming to the library today. Oh? I can hardly wait to speak with him. Oh, is this the reporter guy that your wife was telling us about? A special guest? Who is it? A man by the name of Nielsen. He's a renowned journalist who travels all over the continent. Yes, we met him sort of yesterday, but not really. I just listened in on his conversation. It shouldn't be too long before he arrives. I'd love to introduce you all to him if possible. Meeting a famous international journalist does sound pretty interesting. We'll try to stop by later if we're free. Okay, so there will be another time slot in today, I guess? And I need to make sure I come here. I'm not sure why, but I seem to make excellent progress with my research when it rains. Maybe the sound of pitter-pattering helps me concentrate on work instead of all the things that could distract me. Okay. Is there anyone upstairs? Namely, a lector? Or I think we've also run into Mariabelle up here before. Okay, let's go ahead and take the quest from here. Hello. Welcome to the Crossbell Civic Center. Oh, pardon me, SSS. Thank you very much for coming. Hello, we are here about the request you sent in. We also have a few more new members helping us out today. A pleasure. It's nice to meet you. And you as well. The Civic Center, huh? It feels a little weird having to call it that now. Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that this isn't City Hall anymore. It'll take some getting used to, for sure. They're already relocated to their new building, now that it's nearing completion. That said, the Civic Center will continue to operate as a branch office of sorts for the local government. In that sense, it's still a terrific resource for the community, the way it has been. That's good to know. Yes, and this reception desk will continue to serve as a point of contact for a variety of residential and municipal services. Attempts to notify the population of this have gone largely unnoticed, however. We've gotten quite a lot of confused inquiries as a result. Sorry, that's not what you came here for. Not a problem. Sounds like you have your work cut out for you. Bureaucracy just couldn't get more dull, though, could it? If it were up to me, I'd have given this place a little entertainment district flair. Maybe make it a watering hole for public officials. It is a very large building to be a watering hole. How big of a bar, eatery, whatever do you need? Slip of service by daylight, nightclub by moonlight. I'm sure the SSS would be more popular than ever if we spearheaded that. That doesn't sound like the kind of popularity you want. What would our support requests even be? Helping drunk people get home. Our duty is to protect and serve the people, Wazy, not prepare and serve alcohol. It's kind of fun to picture, though. Ahem. Anyway, Lloyd, aren't you forgetting the reason we came here? Oh, right. Sorry about the support request. Yes, allow me to explain. I'm sure you all know what a change of residence notice is, correct? Yes, I did that quest last game. Anyone moving in or out of Crossbell City is required to file one. Recently, however, we noticed some suspicious names on several forms. Suspicious how? Well, you see, they didn't belong to anyone registered within the city. We checked each instance we came across, but none of them matched any citizens or corporate bodies in our records. With that in mind, I was hoping you could look into the addresses these suspicious names are filed under. Just to be safe, I would also like you to check on the former residents as well. In other words, you want us to confirm the status of the previous and current occupants of every location. If there's even the slightest possibility this is a criminal matter, then we can't afford to ignore it. A situation like this calls for a full investigation. We won't leave a single stone unturned. I assume you have a list of the suspicious addresses in question? But do you happen to know the whereabouts of each of their previous occupants as well? Unfortunately, only one of them notified us of their new place of residence. The others are completely unaccounted for. Naturally, that's where our sleuthing comes in. Let's start by checking each address and the previous occupant we know the location of. We might learn something about the other former residents during our investigation. Yeah, that should work. Do you have some sort of list we can work off of? Of course, I made copies of each of their forms for you in advance. Okay, we'll hold on to these. Looks like we have a total of 3 places of interest. The first is in the residential district. LED, recognize this address. Let me see. Oh, that's the house right next to my grandfather's. The residents are the High Bloods. Is that the name of a company? High Bloods? A stockbroker named Bond was living there with his family, last I remember. Yeah, that's the name listed as the previous resident. A stockbroker named Bond. Wasn't he one of the Gnosis victims during the cult incident? Yes, and we spoke to him yesterday. Yes, I'm certain of it. I heard he and his family went through a rough patch after the incident, but I wasn't aware they moved. That's worrisome. Do you suppose they got wrapped up in some kind of trouble? I guess the game doesn't expect me to have spoken to them yesterday. In this very room. We can't know for sure, but Bond did submit a change of residence notice. It says he moved to East Street, on the 2nd floor of the Acacia Apartments. That's just to the left of the Bracer Guild. The residential district and East Street. That's 2 places on our agenda so far. The next address is also on East Street. I know this one. It should belong to the Fisherman's Guild. Wait, what? What's wrong? Well, the form says the current occupant is the Imperial Fishing Club. I don't think I've ever heard of them before. You're a member of the Fisherman's Guild, aren't you, Lloyd? Have the other members said anything about this? Well, I've been kind of busy lately, so I haven't had nearly as much time for fishing as I'd like. There's also no new address listed for the Fisherman's Guild. Maybe they just changed their name. You gotta rebrand yourself once people know that you had a cult leader in your group. It's kind of a guilt by association type of thing. I guess we'll find out when we get there. The final address is on the 1st floor of Lotus Heights in the downtown district. The name of the previous resident was Gaithner. There's no current residence listed for him either. The new tenant is a Mr. Sean Arnhem. Wait, why does that sound so familiar? Maybe because it's the name of a famous fairy tale author. What? He's the man who wrote Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest. It's one of the library's most popular children's series. Remember, Lloyd? We ran across that name while investigating Rivace. Yeah, that's right. It was the password for one of the doors, wasn't it? Wow, though. I can't believe a famous author would choose to live downtown. Me neither, considering he's been dead for years now. Oh, right. I knew that. Not to rub it in, but this sounds like the sort of thing we should have caught when our phantom penman turned in his form. I can't apologize enough for that, because there can only be one person by that name in this whole world. I can't apologize enough for that. We do try to be careful about these things, I swear. We understand it must be a busy time for the Civic Center with the new mayor in office, not to mention the relocation. Yeah, the ones who should be apologizing are the people who submitted these forms. Yes, I suppose you're right. Not to worry, the SSS is on the job. Let's get this investigation started, everyone. We'll report back once we verified the situation at each of these addresses. Thank you so much. I'm counting on you. That was so much talking. My gosh. I'm dying. The door is locked. Can I get paid for my combat notebook yet? Have I seen enough things? The CPD was completely restructured after the previous commissioner's dismissal and Mayor Croix's election into office. With that comes new challenges in our organization. Even so, I wholeheartedly believe we're making progress. People are likely going to expect more from the SSS than ever before now, so keep doing your best, everyone. Fran and I will make every effort to support you from the back lines. It looks to me like you've been hard at work filling out your combat notebook. I'd like to record your information into our database. Mind if I see it for a minute? With pleasure. Pay me. Thank you so much. Here's your notebook back, and please accept this as compensation for your hard work. 500 Mira and 1 U material. Don't forget to stop by once you've collected more monster data, okay? Thanks, we will. Of course, we'll keep you updated. I think she said she would notify us if information on the D therefore G cult was available, and she has not notified us, so I don't think we need to ask about that. Unless I'm wrong, and she doesn't actually notify us. Hi everyone. You came at just the right time. There's something very important I'd like to discuss with Miss Seeker. What's going on, Fran? You never look this serious. Well, I just had to ask. Can I really not call you Noe when we're on duty? Oh, Fran. And here I was thinking there was some sort of emergency. Didn't I explain this several times when my transfer to the SSS was decided? I told you that if we're going to work together, you need to have a certain level of professionalism on duty. But no, I mean, Miss Seek. I can't do it. You'll always be Noe to me. Can't you give her a break, Noelle? Surely it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't think any of the rest of us care what name you sisters refer to yourselves as. I agree, not to mention Miss Seeker simply doesn't sound right coming out of Fran. And we can't have her hesitating on what to call you if there really were some kind of crisis. I guess so, but... See, they're on my side. Somebody could end up getting killed because of me. So that leaves me no choice but to call you Noe. You might as well loosen up a little. After all, the SSS is a bit, shall we say, slipshod, as far as police divisions go. I mean, just look at the chief. Are you insulting my Sergei? Rude. Wazy is going for the jugular. Oh, for the love of ideas, fine, but only because I'm being overruled here. Yes, score 1 for Franny. Thanks for all the help, guys. Well done. Good luck out there, Noe. Oh, come on. Do you have to say it like that, too? Just this once. So she claims. Noelle never stood a chance. That was really cute. It feels so good to get that out of my system. I was starting to have Noe withdrawals. Now that that's settled, I can get back to work and do my job right. Oh, come on. You can't seriously mean it was affecting your job performance. You heard Ellie. Calling you Noe is a matter of life and death. That goes double for me. Rest peacefully, professionalism. I hardly do you. Come on, Noelle. It'll be fine. Anything else? No. Okay. That's cute. So I hear you booked those kids yesterday, the ones who've been driving like lunatics around town. Oh yeah, we heard about them. They were speeding. Well, we couldn't just leave them be. Unfortunately, as foreigners, they were able to leave with only a fine. But if it keeps them from terrorizing the streets for one day, then at least we've accomplished something. Here's hoping it stays that way. Had been Crossbell, those punks would be behind bars right now. Then we could really take them to task. Not much we can do otherwise, though, so unless the diet makes it possible someday. Yep, till then, it's uphill sledding for us. Yesterday? Was there some sort of accident in the city that we missed? Oh. Was this a quest I could have done? And I didn't? Darn. I remember hearing about the people speeding, but I didn't realize it was a quest. Tensions at HQ have been off the wall these days. I can barely take it anymore. Sure, we're not under as much pressure from the diet or top brass, but the state still has a heap of problems to deal with. I seriously need a vacation. When am I going to get to take it easy? Never. It was a hidden quest? Oh well. Oh well. Let's talk to Grace, if she's here. She is here. Hey all, back on the sleuthing grind today. I guess you could say that. How goes your investigation into Heyu? Don't ask, it's been like pulling teeth. I tried looking into other potential bidders, but nothing's come up. At this rate, Heiyu's going to snatch the whole compound for themselves. That's what we are afraid of. Well, it's also about all I can dig up without sticking my nose into places where it might get bit. It was called Fast and Injurious. That's hilarious. So I'm staying in the office today and catching up on a few assignments that I've got piled up. Oh, and don't worry, I'll be extra sure to write a piece about the SSS being back in action. If you have any comments or pictures you want me to work in, just send them my way. You're welcome to use a photo of my club if you want. We just had new ones taken for next year's calendar. Anything but that, please. Darn, I can't believe Rhines is out of the office today. I was planning to dump all my busy work on him again, too. Guess you can't win them all. Your poor coworker. Heiyu's after Ravage's old compound, huh? Doubt the Empire's going to take too kindly to the Eastern Syndicate gaining a solid foothold right down the streets. Ooh, buddy. There's some shady business going down behind the scenes right now. I mean, if no one else has the money or the interest in the building, that's kind of how it goes. Okay, that's it for there. Let's go see if we can talk to Ilya and Risha. Hello there, SSS. We appreciate your visiting. However, I regret to inform you that everyone is busy preparing for this afternoon's performance. Oh, sorry about that. We didn't realize how now was a bad time. Well, it's not as if we had any particular reason for coming. We can visit another time. Until then, sorry to bother you, sir. Okay. I want to check and see if Lecter and that girl from yesterday are here. They're not. With Ravache gone, small-time mobsters have been showing up demanding Mira in exchange for protection. I'm paying them no mind for the time being, but things could turn ugly if this keeps up. At this rate, I would rather someone step up and fill the power vacuum Ravache left behind. Even the casino's feeling the effects of Ravache getting squeezed out of the picture. This is another example of how their dominance maintained a semblance of order in the area. Anything else? No? Okay. Okay. Let's do the house in the residential district first. And then we'll talk to the other. What the heck? Whoa, this is one expensive looking orbital car. I get the sense someone is overcompensating. Yeah. It's always telling when the owner doesn't measure up. Is there anything else?